Welcome to our second part of our 2025 favorites as well as least favorite items of 2025. So we're your hosts, Kay, Kareem, and Hanif. I'm going to jump right into it. So we're going to discuss right now our least favorite. That is not saying it's the worst, just what we didn't enjoy the most of 2025. So for TV shows that's streaming, Kareem, you said Pluribus was your least favorite of 2025?
It is, and
Okay.
I wouldn't even say that it's my least favorite. And I know least favorite, you can still like it. It's just
Mhm.
the one that you may have liked the least amount. I actually do not like this show. Um,
Some people don't like it
so,
now. I've heard it put some people speak positively
so
about the
so
show.
so this is easily my least favorite because it's a show that I actually dislike. But I did give it a chance. Um,
Mhm.
and the premise to me seemed very interesting. It's basically like a hive mind occurs on Earth. Because of some weird signal that is coming from outer space. Some people try to replicate the weird signal, and it ends up turning people into, zombies, which ends up creating this weird hive mind where everyone across the planet, except for a few select people for some unknown reason who aren't part of the hive mind, know everything about everyone all at the same time.
Mhm.
So your next door neighbor is in ways the same as the person halfway across the planet. They have the same knowledge, the same history. They know everything about everyone. So it's like, wow, this seems pretty creepy. I mean, it seems like a very interesting. It described it as like a sci-fi
Mhm.
show, which is a very interesting premise. And it starts off with the main character is a writer, and she's not the happiest of people. And it starts off with, in terms of her grumpiness or whatever, is what's going to save the world,
Right.
because this hive mind is perpetually happy, and they want to share everything with everyone, and they can't lie, they can't manipulate, they don't eat, at least initially, because they can't kill, so they can't like kill animals, plants, so they really have no way of eating initially.
Wait, wait,
Um,
wait, wait. So the animals also have a hive mind with the humans, or
no,
okay?
no, they do not. And there really is no explanation for it just yet,
Mhm.
which again could still be interesting. But it starts off with the writer's significant other, her spouse. She dies because when this kicks in, whatever that person is doing, they go through this transformation. So if you're driving a car, you may have ended up in an accident. So a lot of people died during this first initial phase.
Oh wow. Okay.
Her spouse fell, hit her head, died that way. So on top of her just being generally grumpy, she now has to deal with that personal loss.
Mhm.
Um, so this is like a very interesting premise. Like, what is this hive mind? What's going to happen? Like, would you really want to join it when you use your individuality? And part of it is her spouse joined the hive mind before she died, so they have all of
Ooh.
her memories, all of her history. So it's kind of like throwing you off with somebody who you don't know knows every single thing about you. So like on TV, the presidents, the phone calls, um, and even one of the ads on a smart fridge made somebody like actually check themselves into a mental hospital because they thought they were having a break. So that's like the whole point where like everything around you is just one.
Mhm.
Um, the issue I have with it is the show does not really explore any of these topics in a meaningful way. So
Oh.
it's starting to follow this character who becomes very unlikable very quickly. And it's like, okay, you can say she's lost, she's done this, but there are other people in the planet who this has happened to as well. To me, she feels like she's like that low key, angry, racist neighbor who doesn't know how privileged her life was prior to this happening. And then, like, the show has like this obliviousness around it as well, where at some point you're like, am I supposed to root for her? Or am I supposed to dislike her? But dislike her in a
Mhm.
way where that's what the show wants you to do. And then you're wondering, like, well, should this be more of a comedy? Because the way it's trying to make itself seem serious, it doesn't seem to fit. And that's when you realize why the show seems off. And I'm not part of joining any hive mind, but the show doesn't explore like the pitfalls of being part of it, other than trying to say, well, this person just wants to have her own bubble restored back to what it was. But then on the other hand, there's no suffering, there's no war, there's no hunger. Everybody's cooperating for what seems to be a greater good. So if you want to show what's wrong about that, which you can show what's wrong with a hive mind, it shouldn't be based off of what his character doesn't like, the fact that when she goes to her grocery store, she doesn't have the same, individual misery that she had before. And then it starts, when you start basing her own personal needs against the weight of everything else in the world, it comes off as very shallow, very hollow, even hypocritical in ways where it's like, well, she did kind of rape a character after criticizing some of these other caricatures, because it's like, and this is where it feels like low-key racist.
Just glance over that.
Because it's like these other characters from around the world, like she behaves towards them in a way that's kind of like, it just, you get those low-key vibes, like, okay, maybe you want things to be restored, but other people didn't have the same privilege that you did. And the show doesn't really explore any of those elements. Like, well, who is the villain? Is it her? Is it the hive mind? And then it becomes very repetitive and it's boring, and then it drags things out, and it's like we've gotten nowhere. And I've been trying to think of like a good analogy for this character in terms of other shows where it's been this manner where it's like you can't relate to them, you don't like them, you don't want them to succeed. But it's hard to pinpoint it because the show overall is not going anywhere, in my opinion. And the way the first season ends, it's like you have an unlikable character who's probably low-key racist. The hive mind is not explained. They don't even understand how they are the way that they are. It seems like they're depicting these other characters who are minorities and kind of like racist manners, racist tropes. And at this point, after watching the first season, I don't care what happens next because it's like maybe there isn't a villain, but it doesn't even make a case as to why you want to get rid of the hive mind. And that's part of the problem. You don't know what it's supposed to feel like. Every time you think the show is trying to show you that, well, maybe there isn't an antagonist, it does something minor, like, well, this person abandoned a goat in the village. And it's like, well, first of all, why are you showing a village with a goat? And again, that's like that low-key racist, undertones. But then it's like, okay, and the main character just killed 1 billion people because she had a temper tantrum. So it's like, I don't like the show at all. So I don't plan on watching season 2 unless I start seeing online that something dramatic happened where it's like, this is must-see TV. So I would say stay away from that one.
Okay. Well, it's not the worst show of 2025, but it's your least favorite show of 2025.
Yes, my least favorite show.
Kay, what's your least favorite show of 2025?
Well, I told y'all what it was, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get a problem. So.
Well, you said Marvel Zombies. You didn't really enjoy Marvel Zombies. Well, it was your least favorite of 2020.
Yeah, it was my least favorite. Let me say this: it was my least favorite of the shows that I've watched in completion. It is not my least favorite of shows that I did not watch in completion, but I can't say the one that is because I don't want people yelling at me. But in terms of, which was also another Marvel show, but not Ironheart.
We're going to focus on what you completed. We're not going to focus on
out of my completed shows, I think Zombies is probably the one that I cared for the least.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting, but I'm just like, I feel like it's suffering to me. I think is what it is. My issue is all of the Marvel stuff is starting to suffer from the fact that it has to be interconnected. And that's what I'm disliking more about the Marvel stuff that's coming out and what's out. Like Zombies, I didn't need it to be connected to anything else. I didn't need it not that it's totally connected, but I'm just like, it's still fairly connected to everything else. I'm just like, I don't need that. Like, it was cute. It was nice, but I'm never going to rewatch it. That's a one and done.
Is it because they're using the same characters from the movies and stuff and the TV show? Like you'd prefer it if it wasn't tied to. I mean, it's like it's a Marvel What If, so it's not the plot isn't exactly tied to the cinematic universe, but you'd rather see other characters outside of what we normally see. Okay.
Like, I wish it was slightly more like What If, although What If did use some of the same characters as well, but that's because
They already
got you
paid
in
them enough. We
contract.
might as well use you.
Right. Like, but even the trope about how it ended, I'm like, it's the same thing with the other, like, sort of like the Wanda show. Like, it just do better. And I think, and I think maybe Marvel Zombies was supposed to come out before, but I'm just like, again, out of the most completed shows, and it's, again, I enjoyed watching it the first, like, one time. I will never watch it again. And again, it's out of the ones that I've completed, it's probably my least favorite. It's not a horrible show by any means. It's just, at least I completed it. Unlike the other show. I think we keep that as a Marvel show.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it had its moments. I did like the mashup between Moon Knight and Blade. I thought that was pretty cool to see.
See, that was like one of the few redeeming. Not gonna say few redeeming, but that was, I was like, yo, if we could get that in a cinematic form that is not connected to the rest of this, the Marvel stuff, that would be really lovely. Yeah. Like, we can continue, we can expand on that. That'd be fine. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm very apprehensive about what's going to happen with the Marvel Cinematic Universe with this Doomsday coming out. I just feel that they're trying too hard to try to recapture gold again with what they did with the first Avengers and and that stuff. Just, I'm fine with new cast of characters. Maybe if they hadn't used Rob Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, maybe someone else. I don't know. It just feels like they just we realized we messed up, or it's not selling as good as we did without Chris Evans and Rob Downey Jr. here. So let's get them back in, and we'll change the storyline a little bit so they it's not the same universe, it's this other universe. So things are not exactly what I'm good. But anyway, my least favorite show of 2025 is Squid Game season 3. I enjoyed season 1 and 2. Like I was saying offline, is that with Squid Games, I felt season 3 wasn't necessary. Like, to me, the character was supremely flawed. If you went into this kill or be killed contest to win money, you win money because now you're out of debt. You can take care of your family, because originally you went there because you didn't have enough money to take care of your daughter. So now you have money, more than enough money to feed yourself and feed your family. You say, screw that. You don't give them any money. Use this money to purchase a house, an apartment complex, weapons and stuff, new identities, to try to find out where these people are on the island that stop them. I don't think anyone with sense would have done that. In the same predicament, I think everyone else would have took the money, take care of the family, hope to never see any of those people involved in those kind of kill or be killed games again. Notify the police, have them look into it, keep it moving. But to sacrifice yourself, yes. Spoiler alert: he sacrifices himself at the end, at the last episode to, eventually, I think his daughter gets, a box of cash or something like that. But it didn't even need to get to that point. That to me was what pissed me off about the Squid Games too. Is like, you went through this whole thing again with new people, some new games, but it didn't need to be that way. You didn't need to even be on that island.
No. And no one was held accountable anyway. So it was like, What was the whole point in trying to find the island, and not a single person responsible for it was held accountable?
Yeah, they get to America, and I guess they're gonna. I know they was talking about, there's rumors of a Squid Games 4 that's going to be an American version. Because at the end, he's in America. You see the lady, I think is it Taylor Swinton or whatever. She's in the alley. She's like the game maker kind of thing. She's testing the people to make the game, but I don't think we don't need an American version of Squid Games. We just, not everything needs a westernized version of it. We're good with what the original was. Thank you very much. That's it. So that was my least favorite of 2025. Movies. Cream had to remind us about some of the. This one is a bad movie.
And I don't think it really needs much of an explanation. But it's one that it's like you forget you watched it. Maybe it's like, trauma reaction. You just wipe your mind clean of it just to be able to move on. But it's just Waterworld. Ice Cube. That's no more needs to be said than that. Yeah. I could have saved that time.
Amazon Prime presents Ice Cube and Waterworld. Like, when you mentioned Waterworld, I was like,
tax write-off.
Had a Waterworld movie? I had to Google. I couldn't remember if I saw the picture of Ice Cube looking all confused in the monitor, like,
yeah. They're like maybe
This is
there's
a
some
good
money
idea.
laundering behind the scenes. That's why they had to do this movie. But it's like I
This
don't
is
know.
a tax write-off for Bezos.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, the movie cost $1 billion to make. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's all in catering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I agree. That was a bad movie. I'm trying to think, but see, I'll do you one better. That was a straight to streaming. My movie for 2025 was Tron Ares. Like you didn't even
Why?
You didn't need a third movie.
Why did you try to see it?
Didn't have Daft Punk. You have Nine Inch Nails who did the music, which was fine, but you didn't need a third movie. The way the second one ended, he got out the game, saw his father, all that stuff. That's fine. You don't need a third movie. Do not need a third movie whatsoever. But yet, let me make one with Jared Leto. And Jared Leto, they may have to rethink casting him as a character because he's been
killing franchises.
He's got that Sydney Sweeney effect. Like these movies are not. He's got no good genes.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that you actually went to see it. Like, I put that movie on my radar. Like, now you see me, now you don't. Like, why? No one asked for this track.
I was hyped that the second movie. I was like, okay, this is gonna do something, and it did something. It took my money. That's what it did.
Yeah, and I was even considering seeing it because I do like the thought of trying, like especially from being a kid. And one trailer they showed Jared Leto, I was like, yeah, I'm okay on this. I already know how the quality of movie this is going to be.
Like, it's bad when I'm trying to think in the trailer if he even talks.
No,
I think you just see him like he puts the helmet on and puts the helmet off. Like you just stand there glaring like okay. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't even understand how
he had to be good in some movie. I'm just trying to think what movie he was good in.
Okay, I'm gonna say
no.
No. I will say this. I actually think he's actually a good actor. I just think that some stuff that he's in is just.
No, I don't want people to say that because he's in it is bad. I'm not saying he's a bad. I'm just trying to think like what was he in that I've seen that was a good movie. And recent memory, the movies he's been in haven't been good. That in my personal opinion haven't been good overall. Not just like he stunk it up. It's just the movie itself.
You know what I'm gonna say, and no one's gonna agree with me, so it doesn't matter.
You're not gonna say Suicide Squad, are you? Come on.
You thought he was good in?
I genuinely like.
I'm not even talking about his performance. The movie itself was bad. Like if I'm comparing Suicide Squad 1 and 2, Part 2 is better than Part 1.
See, and I think Part 1 is so much more funnier. Like
Part 1 was good until the Joker showed up, in my opinion, and then it ruined the whole concept.
I think if you didn't include the Joker in it, it would have been fine. And not just because of him. I don't really care for that version of the Joker, but it just felt like they were really hinging on the Joker's going to be in this film, and it's like he's in it for maybe 15 minutes, and it's like flashback for Harley Quinn's vehicle. Like it wasn't necessary for him to. The movie would have still been the same without him being present in the movie.
Yeah,
he comes in and rescues her at the end, but that could have been it. It honestly could have been a surprise cameo of him, taking his mask off. The Joker said, "Oh no, the last 5 minutes, Joker's here, post-credit scene or something." But
we got him for Masters of the Universe this year.
Well, good luck for those who want to watch He-Man. I'm off that.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the animated series that dude from Clerks put out on Netflix. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, he's on the quest to destroy all your favorite memories.
I mean, not that the Dolph Lundgren one was great, but I mean it. Okay. So we're going to the movies now, right? I think.
I think so. I
don't think you had a worse movie. Least favorite. Let me take the bet. Least favorite. You don't think you had?
No, not really.
So we're gonna go to video games. We're gonna start with Kay this time. Kay, what's your least favorite video game of 2025? It may not have come out in 2025.
No, but it's a game that I can't finish. It's Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sorry. You just wanted to put me first because you're evil. Look.
That all the hate go towards you.
Right. Like all the hate flow towards me. And that's perfectly fine. I will accept all the hate that people are gonna give me for not liking Tears of the Kingdom. And it's not because it's not a good game. I think it's an okay game. I think there's just too much crap going on. And I don't have the attention span anymore to just follow a freaking thing. Like I just can't do it. I cannot do it. I have tried. I have been like I was saying before we started recording, the last thing I think I remember doing is starting the quest to get the stupid mechanical gear from like the underground. I'm like, yo, why are there 3 levels? Like,
I don't want to play this game and beat it before you.
You probably will, because I'm like, I don't even remember. Like, I could probably pick up the Switch now, put the little thing in there, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, because it's too much. I can't focus on it. I'm like, oh, like you were just saying before. Oh, I want to get I haven't even gotten a horse yet. Like, I have horses. Do you know? I just don't even bother with the freaking horses. I'm like, I'm gonna walk or I'm gonna do a fast travel. I no longer care about this game. It is just people that have finished it. I think that is amazing. For the people that have built so many things, and that might also be the other thing why I don't like it, because I've watched way too many people like, oh, I built this, and this, and I'm like, yo, shut up. I'm sorry. Am I a bad gamer? Probably. Am I an impatient gamer? Probably. But I can literally start that game and like I'll spend an hour doing nothing related to the quest. I'm like walking from here. Like I've walked damn near the entire map of the game on the well, not the below ground. No. But like above, like on the regular world, like the regular terra firma. I've walked around the whole thing multiple times. Just
wandering.
What am I supposed to do? Like,
is it just too many side quests? That's what you get. You focus on the side quests too much.
It's not even that I'm focusing on the side quests. I'm just like, I don't want to be bothered. Like, you like finding the bird dude who it works as a reporter. I'm like, okay, finding the thing. Then I'm like, okay, do I want to fight these dragons? No, I don't want to play these. I like, oh, do I want to swim in the water? Sure. Do I want to go to this? Yeah. Do I want to do I haven't even found the horse god. Like I knew where he was before. I don't like, it's just too much. It's literally too much. My brain is turning to mush and I cannot complete this game.
Kareem, you finished it already, right?
No, I have not. So I
you laughed. I thought you had finished it.
I haven't even found the horse, but I'm actually enjoying it though. But only because I'm a big Zelda fan. But I do have to admit, it's not one that you can just jump in and then jump right back out. Because the time you spend when you jump back in is trying to remember how to actually play. And it's like, right. Okay, oh yeah, how do I get across this gap? Oh yeah, I have these 10 abilities I can combine into one, and then get this hook that swings and make it fall. And it's like, okay, now I remember, but I just spent an hour. That's my time for today.
Right.
But I do enjoy just focusing on the main quest. I do plan on finishing it. So it's not a game that I've given up on. It's just a game that I'm like, let me finish this other game first. But yeah, I do think bigger isn't always better in terms of maps. You have a great open world, structure that you can build on. Just making the map bigger does not mean that it's better.
I remember you said when too many
gameplay mechanics. Exactly. Well, Grand Theft Auto, I think if you can, to me, a good open world map is if it makes you want to explore. Like Spider-Man 3. Adding, almost every barrel is great because it's just fun swinging. So, hey, why not just go look at that part of the map? Because you're having fun getting there. But I don't want to spend 30 minutes just walking. And then I try to make him run, and then he has to catch his breath for 5 more minutes. And then I can try to run it. That's not fun. Make it fun to move around the map. So in some cases, bigger is better if it's fun exploring the map. Grand Theft Auto 6, I think it'll probably be a situation where if you go up a block, something's popping off. You may want to check it out. so I wouldn't mind a bigger map there, but it's just like it was just a lot of walking in Zelda, and it's like
too much walking.
Reminds me of you mentioned that like the open world and the labor of having to catch your breath and things like that. That's a little bit too much realism into my video game. That's part and parcel of why I stopped playing Red Dead Redemption. The last one, because it's like, well, you don't have that fatigue level, but I just got tired of horseback riding and explore certain things. And it's funny because I have no problem playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, getting on a horse, pointing to whatever dice show I got to get to, and just letting the horse automatically ride or fast travel to certain things. Like certain games, I don't mind the exploration factor.
Yeah.
But I agree. If your character can only run a certain distance and has to stop to gather the hearts back up in order to be able to run again, yeah, I don't want to play that. That's yeah. So, what was your worst game, or I'm sorry, least favorite
Least
game
favorite.
2025, Kareem?
So it's not one that came out in 2025. And this is like the perfect segue to my least favorite game that I tried in 2025 because it's similar to K, and it's Dragon's Dogma 2. This is a game where I started playing. I had some issues with it, but I was enjoying it overall. And then other games came out that I said, let me jump on, let me play these games, and I had a blast, especially like Assassin's Creed Shadow. That's a game that is easy to get immersed in and get lost playing it. Where you don't even remember what you have to do, but you don't care because you're always finding something you want to do just by looking at the map, or even just wanting to take a screenshot of an area. Dragon's Dogma 2, I booted it back up because part of me always has to finish a game. And it's a bad trait. Even if I'm like hate playing the game, I just have to at least say I finished the main story. I just took it off my Xbox at that point. I said it's taking up a lot of space. I went and saw some other games because the story is very disjointed, and it's the type of game where it doesn't hold your hand, which I don't have an issue with. I mean, I can play Kingdom Come, and I'm still playing that game, and I'm enjoying it. The issue is it's not fun to travel. It's another game where you run out of stamina trying to get around. The map is large. The combat seems very repetitive. The abilities, they rarely change. The way to level up, it doesn't seem like you're getting any stronger. But even the fast travel is very complicated. You have to put either crystals in different areas, you have a limited amount of crystals, or you have to get on a wagon. And then the wagon can take forever. It can be ambushed. So it's like, it's a chore to do everything, but it's not fun doing those things because it's like, this isn't a necessary gameplay mechanic because I'm using the same ability for the 100th time. And it still doesn't really feel that strong. And then it's like, well, what is the main storyline right now? And it just wasn't for me anymore at that point. It felt more like a chore. And then you remember which quest you're on, and then there's a bug in that quest. So you can't even finish it. You have to like try to figure out a way to get around the bug. And it's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So that was my least favorite. It has a lot of potential and I enjoy the world, but the execution of it is just not for me anymore.
Yeah. I think for me it was the Warhammer Space Marine. Like I know Warhammer existed long before Gears of War as far as book wise. But Gears of War was the first one to come out, and I believe for the Xbox first before the current iteration. But the Space Marine game, it just felt like I was playing Gears of War 1 again, and the mechanics. Some of the mechanics were the same, some of them were a little bit different, but the storyline itself didn't hold me, and I didn't enjoy playing the game. For those who did enjoy Space Marine, Warhammer Space Marine, kudos to you. But it felt like a mix of Gears of War / Warcraft, fighting the Zerg and stuff, and it just was like, I'm good here. I'd rather just play an RTS on a PC if I'm gonna play something against some bug-like creatures like that. But it didn't really hold me. I went right back. I left that and went back to playing Helldivers. If I want to squash bugs, I'll do it through Helldivers or something like that. Some old Starship Troopers knockoff. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy Space Marine Warhammer. No, Warhammer Space Marine. What? Either way, I didn't enjoy it. The animes. What was your least favorite anime, Kay?
I don't know if I had a least favorite, honestly, though. Like, because like I said, with my favorite, I kept watching what I like. I needed my comfort place. So I didn't really have a least favorite. I will say there's a lot of anime that I just didn't care to watch.
Okay.
Like I may have like watched like the first episode and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I think I'm in my, this is gonna sound weird, I'm in my era where I don't care about anime anymore. Like I go through this where I'm like, I'm really big into anime, then I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't care. I don't care anymore. And I think I'm in that era because I'm like, like I remember some Sakamoto days. I tried to watch it. I was like, okay. and this is gonna sound weird. Even the one, I think Kareem, you said it was your favorite anime this year.
Dragon Ball.
No, it was Dandadan. That one. Yours,
Yeah.
Hanif. I was like, I watched 3 episodes and stopped.
But again, I can kind of understand it though.
It's just like I can't. Like I just.
Is it because things are more mainstream now? Because I feel like when anime wasn't mainstream, we didn't have an influx of a variety of different animes that were out. Now that you have so many, for me anyway, that's how it seems like. It's now that it's mainstream, there's so many different options of animes to watch that I feel like you're inundated. So now you just feel like, what am I going to watch? I don't know what to watch, so I just will go back to what I'm comfortable with. I'll just go back to watching Inuyasha. I'll go back to watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because I don't want to commit to a whole new IP that I'm not familiar with, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully, no, and it's not going to waste my time and it sucks.
And I'm getting tired of the harem ones, or like the reincarnation ones. Like I think I literally am literally hitting a wall where I'm just like someone made a comment and they're like they kind of missed the days when anime wasn't so mainstream. I don't know if y'all saw that comment today. I'm not gonna say who did it, but I agree with him to an extent because I'm like and it's not because I don't like seeing anime being mainstream because I do, but I think there's so much anime out there now, but a lot of it's not good. Like I feel like studios now are just kind of pushing out stuff that will be seen for people. Like and we're like, well, we're gonna push it out there because it hits this formula. It's the same for Malay stuff, and it feels like to me before there was a lot of strong differences in anime types, and I feel like with the stuff that's coming out, or maybe it's just the stuff that's coming across my in my world, in my realm of things, I feel like way too much of it's similar, and it's like. I'm seeing like the same drawing styles, the same this, and like I feel like the stories are not that much different. And it's like every time I've seen one and I start something else, it's like, oh, this feels just like this. This feels like this story. This feels like this story. And I'm like, am I getting too old for anime for a while? Probably, but is it just like this? Not like it's the anime that I don't want to see right now. I'm like, I'd rather just pull away from her for a little bit, maybe in a year, maybe something will like just randomly something will come across my feed and I'll like, okay, that looks interesting, let me watch it. But it just feels like so many things are so similar that I'm just like, I don't need to watch it. I don't care enough. That sounds rude.
No, that's how you feel. That's not rude.
But I'm like, yeah, like maybe anime is just, not where it should be. Like for me. And I know there are lots of anime people out there that are like, you're wrong. I'm like, you're right. I probably am, but I've been watching anime since like 1987. Yes, I'm that old. Yes, I watched it on VHS. I don't care. I watched anime that I should have never seen as a child because it was all that was out there. So yes, so for dang near 40 years, I've been watching anime. So yeah, it's all kind of running to me. I'm old. Bam. And I'm not even 50.
I do agree though with you that some of it does feel like a formula. I mean, there's a lot of different anime out right now where you could probably, at least for me, feel like you can interchange the name and it's the same story. It's like the same dungeon crawler, the same protagonist, other characters with armor, and then it's like, okay, it's an RPG or they enter this world where it's like they're fighting, cyber monsters, and it's like characters don't stand out as much anymore.
Yeah. That's. But you had mentioned your least favorite of 2025, Green, was Tomb Raider. I was actually surprised by that. What is now? This is the not the most. Is this the most recent Tomb Raider that came out on Netflix, or this is the first
It
season?
is, but it's mainly the first season. So I'm giving the second season a chance. I haven't finished it yet. I just started, and it seems like it's off to a better start. And so it's not one that I dislike. There's a ton of good anime out right now, and I don't have the patience to follow one that I don't like. So if it's like 2 episodes in and I'm not feeling it, or I've fallen asleep 3 times trying to start it on 3 different nights, then maybe I'm just moving on. But Tomb Raider is one that I wanted to watch. So I did love the game. I do like the character, the history, the lore. But the first season, to me, and the second season seems to be missing that. So I enjoyed the first episode, but I hate the extra exposition. I hate the unnecessary characters who the only thing that they're adding is they're just narrating what's happening. And it's like, look, I have the closed caption on. That's basically my narrator. I don't need another character saying, okay, now climb through this window, Laura. Okay, now do this flip. Do this. Like, come on, she's a seasoned adventurer. Like, you don't need to have somebody in her earpiece telling her what to do next. And that just like annoys me and turns me off. Because it's like, I don't need someone sitting there. It's like that person in the movie theater. And this is me sounding like an old man, because I know when I was younger, it was funny. But it's like, in the movie theater, you're trying to watch a movie and somebody's in the back row talking over it. Like, wow, did you see what just happened? I can't believe they did that. That's what it felt like to me. Like, just tell that dude to shut up. Like, we don't need him. Like, like, I'm watching it. I know what's happening. So that's what was bothering me about Tomb Raider. I didn't hate it, but it was my least favorite. But season 2, thankfully, feels like it's off to a much better start.
Yeah, I enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed the storyline in season 2 more than season 1, because they dealt with the Orishas and they're all over the world and stuff like that. And I thought that was pretty cool. Almost made me want to go back and play the Tomb Raider games. I was like, I'm good. I don't think I have a least favorite anime of last year. All the animes that I've watched, I've sat through them and enjoyed them. I think maybe my gripe would be like there weren't as many episodes. And that would have been like, it's not even really an anime. I was going to say that the Predator one was like the 3 different episodes, 3 different time periods. Does that consider an anime? I don't think so, but
animation.
So I don't really have a least favorite of 2025 in regards to animes, because if it wasn't an old anime that I was looping, it might have been like Don to Don, Sakamoto Days. I thought was pretty cool. I just finished watching Devil May Cry. I thought that was okay. I never played the games. I started playing Devil May Cry 5 maybe a week or so ago. So I missed 1, 2, 3, 4 and just jumped straight to 5. So I have no history with the games whatsoever. So I watched the animated thing and I thought it was okay. I don't know how true to the video games they are, but I thought it was entertaining. But yeah, I don't have an entry for 2025 for least favorite anime.
It's okay, you'll have one for this year.
Oh yeah. Without that, I'm not gonna have one for 2026. So we'll move on to others. What was your least favorite other? So it could be anything.
Okay, I'll go with one of my least favorite books, and it's not that it's because it's a horrible book or anything. It's just because the copy that I got was not a proper copy. It, like, the first 3 pages, the story looked interesting. The next 3 pages were the same page, and not like. So it's like, and I'm like, okay, is it just this copy of this book? Was it a whole printing error? I did go back to the store and look at another one, and it was the same error. And I'm like, yo, this sucks, because this should not be a thing. And I'm like, it's not like, I could probably just skip the sections where it was the same, but I'm like, you missed something. The moment you cannot continue a story where it's just, and you just get blocked, I'm like, yeah, no, this sucks. And I'm gonna honestly be looking out on, like, would I buy another book from this author? I'm not gonna say who the author is. I'm not gonna say the name of the book. But or is it the author's fault? Probably not, because that's not probably
the publisher.
It's probably the
Groundhog Day that you were reading.
Huh?
Was it Groundhog Day that you were reading? Maybe it was the deliberate error.
You know, maybe that would have made sense, but no, this. I'm not gonna say what it's called, but because I want to say it, but I'm like no, but it
Okay,
just
yeah, you ain't got to say it. If you don't want to say
Yeah.
it, we're not gonna force you.
because I'm like I'm sure this is not what this author did. This author, and it was like a brand new author too, and I'm just like I know there's no way that she wrote like that, and it just was like an error, and I'm like. I want to support, I want to read, I want to see it, but I'm like I can't like if my copy was messed up, the next copy in the store was messed up. Who got a good copy of this book?
Yeah, I would say that sounds like the publisher's problem, not the
It is.
writer.
And like if you are the publisher, at some point before these books made it out, you should have looked at that. Like how did no one catch it? How did no one catch that error?
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's a one-off. Okay,
favorite book.
These 2 books.
Yeah, it's like, and again, I wouldn't call like again. It's not because there's nothing wrong with the book because there's not, as far as I can tell. Outside, I did read the last page, but I was like, well, clearly the story continued. But I'm just like, I will not. It's little thing, it's stupid stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. So that's like my least favorite thing.
Okay. So a book which shall not be named.
Correct.
It was you saw 2 defective copies of it in the local store. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Kareem, was there any least favorite others for 2025 for you?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but it actually made me consider canceling my subscription and going with another line with that, pertaining to that character, and it's Amazing Spider-Man. This is I've been patient for years with where they've been going with the stories, and the subscription I have is good. Comic books are cheaper that way for me. It comes on time, but. And I'm not going to give a whole rundown of why I don't like this particular line, because then I have to go back to like Brand New Day, and I'm not going to do that. But it's the reason why I'm starting to get more and more disappointed in this particular one, because the other lines are really good. The other titles of Spider-Man are really good. It's just Amazing Spider-Man feels like they really do not know what to do with the character right now. Whether it's the personal life or whether it's those type of stories. It just feels like they're the ones who are doing the most harm to Peter Parker are the ones behind the story, not any of his villains. And I am a fan of married Peter Parker, him being married to Mary Jane. Like that to me had the most interesting storylines. You could focus on the characters, you could focus on the villains, the story, as opposed to the same redundant. He's unreliable. He's this man child that he can't, keep a steady this and steady that. It's like it's very repetitive. But even like right now, it's months of everybody else being Spider-Man except for Peter Parker. And he's out in space right now. He feels like he's Star-Lord to me. Exactly. So he was chased off the Earth by this villain who came. He basically beat him so badly he knocked him out of space, but he gave him like a warning saying, if you ever come back to Earth, I'll kill everyone you love. And so he's out searching, trying to find a way to get stronger. But he's like paired up with other aliens. He even has Rocket, the raccoon helping him as part of this. And it's like it feels like they're treating him like he's Star-Lord. And on Earth you have Harry. Norman Osborn pretending to be Spider-Man. You have Ben Reilly pretending to be Peter Parker. And it's like, and he's out in space fighting aliens. And it's like,
really? So who's on? Was it Thanos on Earth? Like who was? No one can take this guy out.
It's like a relatively new character. And it wasn't even that overwhelming that in terms of, oh wow, this is interesting. It just seems like a way to try to get him to do something because they don't know what else they should have him do. And it's like there's been a lot of interesting storylines that have taken place, in recent months with, gang war, things of that nature, the way they, put Tombstone, the way his life has been handled in some way. But it's like they just do this hard reset. And it's like this goal of trying to make it seem like he's just this perpetual man child, where it's like, okay, we get it. He's late to work again. There's another big project that he has his opportunity, and he can't show up one time. It's like, he has a date and it just happens to be a villain. It's like, we get it, but do a little bit more, give more interesting takes, give more, higher stakes. These space stories, it doesn't feel like there's much at stake because you introduce some random race, some random aliens. If something happens to them, it's like, okay. On to the next.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like on to the next. But it just feels like they don't want him to grow. Or anything to have any lasting effects. And it's like, it's not just this one storyline that's getting me. Again, it's a build up, because then they have a good one and then a bad one, So the past couple of years, it's just been feeling like you got to figure out what you want to do with him with these stories, at least in this particular line.
Okay. That's fair enough. I don't think I have a okay, my least favorite of 2025 is the expensiveness of popcorn buckets, those exclusive or limited edition popcorn buckets at the theaters. Like, some of the popcorn buckets seem to be more exciting than some of these movies are. That like the Galactus head for Fantastic Four, or you got the Dune bucket, or the Wolverine popcorn buckets, things like that. That seems to get more buzz than the films themselves. So actually, that's the least favorite thing. That I shouldn't be more excited about getting a bucket of popcorn than I am about seeing the movie. That's my least favorite thing of 2025, pop culture wise.
Are you sure? Because like that Galactus head is like this big, and it's got like thing, and then you can put the popcorn.
Yeah, I was just saying it's so awesome that I'm more excited about that than the film itself. Like,
yeah,
I mean, when I went to the theater, it was already sold out, but I got the Herbie robot. I got that one. I got the Jurassic Park jumbo-sized popcorn bucket. I saw someone with the footprint. The footprint is like it has to be at least 2 feet wide, and it's like, so it's flat. So now you got this 2 foot wide thing. You sitting on your lap, and all the popcorn is. I don't know. I mean, some of them are cool, some of them aren't. But again, $40 and up for these popcorn buckets is getting crazy here.
It is. It is.
I'm just gonna go in for the popcorn bucket. I don't care about the movie. I'm good. Just give me a popcorn bucket. You know what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I mean, with the resellers, you might as well.
True.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the secondary market is always someone's always looking to get one that they didn't get in their neighborhood. Are there any honorable mentions, yay or nays, for 2025?
I have a few.
Okay.
In terms of TV shows, I know I always mention this show, at least at some point, Foundation. I'm still going to mention it until it's finally over, which hopefully won't be for a few more seasons. But if you love sci-fi, space operas, this is the way to go.
Okay.
It doesn't drag on. There's still legitimate twists to the story where you're like, wow, I did not expect that to happen. It doesn't feel cheap. There's great character development, and it's just, if you love space operas, and Foundation is the way to go. And Superman.
Yeah, I found Superman.
Yeah, Superman, I think it's an honorable mention for me, because I think this is the best portrayal we've had of Superman in a very long time. And I'm not focusing on any actors, anything of that nature, just in terms of what you can see based on just enjoying the character over the years, reading the different stories. And also, I think this is a great starting point for the DCU to introduce a lot of on-screen elements of stories that we have never seen from DC Comics. And I think this is a great start for that. So that's why I think it's an honorable mention for me. It feels like it was risk-taken to not have just, let's go back to Batman and Superman. Let's make it the next story darker than the last one. This is like, no, let's introduce new characters that have been around for literally decades, and let's make them where we believe you are going to enjoy them.
Okay. Okay. Is any honorable mentions for yourself? Good or bad? Doesn't, I mean, you don't call it dishonorable mentions.
I kind of okay. And honorable mention, that's a good thing. Even though it's his run is gone. I still like Doctor Who. Like, I know people have their own opinions on it, and whether or not they felt that he ever really got like whether or not he was a good doctor or not. I think I'm always gonna say I still think people should watch it. It's still a good, solid his entire run, not just this new season, but just do the entire run. Like, it's only two seasons, and like the show, the anniversary movie, but because I keep seeing now, like, there's like this discourse online about, oh, because we're not getting it renewed, we don't know what's gonna happen, it's not good, it's not this. I'm like, it's not a bad show. It's how I feel. Like, I think people need to think of Doctor Who the same way I feel about like anime at the moment. Like, you have times where you want to watch it, you drop in. You're not watching it, drop out. But it's funny to me because people, when years go by and people go back and watch, they're like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I'm like, because it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You're just bought into the moment of the online hatred of stuff. Oh God, I said that, and I already said I hate anime. Yeah, I think as a fan of anything, you should probably just like drop away for a little while, and then come back and watch something again, and maybe it'll be different. Yeah, I feel like that's probably. I think that's my thing. Like, one of the things I'd suggest people to watch.
Okay.
Again. Yeah.
I don't think I said honorable mention would be I actually enjoyed as a Korean drama called Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. I've never watched, I mean, I don't really watch a lot of Korean dramas. And I actually enjoyed one.
You are missing out.
No, I apparently I have. So some of them they're quite entertaining, funny, and I mean, the Korean dramas I have, more movies I've seen, it's more action packed, but this one was actually entertaining. Like, this, follows a Korean chef in our current timeline. Somehow she gets this book, and it takes her back into time, into, I guess, feudal Korea, and so now she becomes a chef for the king. And she's wound in with all kind of modern day dishes like French cuisine and things like that. And so they're like, "Oh, what is this? I've never experienced such flavors in my mouth." Blah blah blah, and all kind of things. So she's trying to figure out how to deal with palace intrigue at the same time as how to get back to the future. So it's on Netflix. I didn't expect it to be as enjoyable as it was, and I think it was really nice. So.
Well, if you really want to start getting into Korean drama, we can have a whole conversation with that. But it doesn't have to be food related. But there's a show that came out that was called Good Boy. I think you should watch it. You might like it.
Good Boy.
It's violence. Yep.
It's not like Old Boy, is it?
No. It's actually like a good kind of violence. Well, it's just there's a good kind of violence. It's for the sports people who become cops.
Okay.
It's really good.
Good Boy. Okay, let me write this down. Korean drama called
Good Boy. I mean, and there are so many Korean dramas that are about food. Chocolate was a really good one. Again, that's a whole other thing.
I'm gonna have to watch these not outside of Ramadan, so I won't be sitting there watching and getting hungry.
Yeah, right.
If you want to watch an old one, that's really nice with like. It's gonna sound weird. Because there's been a difference in like how Korean dramas started from when I started watching them to like now, and like it's so different. But there's one called Pasta. Just don't be hungry watching it. Just do not be hungry watching Pasta. But if you need to watch an old Korean drama, that's a good one.
Called Pasta. Okay, I wrote them both down. I'll add them. I'll see if I can find them somewhere online. I can check them.
I didn't say it's old. It's only from like 2010, but I'm like. In the world of Korean drama. It's so old.
Decades old.
Right.
I'll add those to my must watch list on whatever streaming services they're on. So that's how we close out our 2025. We'll do this again later on in December for 2026. We're your host, K. Kareem Hanif. Have a good one.